Hi, I'm Elena with Power for Parkinsons, and today we're going to do a young onset circuit training class. So this class is a unique high-intensity workout, and it requires a high level of basic fitness. So you should be able to get up and off the floor and stand for about an hour. And if you have any concerns that this might not be the right workout for you, we have over 1,000 videos of various formats, so I feel like you can find the right one. But if you're going to do this workout, you're going to need light weights, some water, and a chair nearby for balance. If you don't have a chair nearby, maybe just being sure that you're close to a wall so that you can reach out and steady yourself if you need. So like I said, we're going to be working out for 45 minutes. I'm going to offer you as many modifications as I can throughout. We're going to be doing 3 rounds. Each round has 6 exercises that we'll do for 1 minute. For the first round, I'll focus on breaking down the exercise, showing you how to do it. For the second round, I'm going to tell you about the symptoms that each exercise is targeting. For the third round, I'll give you a cognitive challenge to think about as you're doing the exercise. So we're going to get started with a warm-up, and if you don't want to do my warm-up, I really want to encourage you to do something that's going to elevate your heart rate, maybe a brisk walk, even a jog, moving up and down the stairs, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to get started with some marches. So going to get started with some music too. And taking a moment here at the beginning to really notice how I'm using opposite arms with opposite legs. Picking up those knees a little bit higher than I would if I was just walking around. Right away from the beginning, opening up my chest, relaxing my shoulders. We're going to start to bring our hands up above our head as we march. Bringing our hands above our head raises our heart rate. It's going to help warm us up. And from the beginning of this workout, connecting with my core using my strong ab muscles. So pulling my belly button in and up towards my spine, hugging in those lower ab muscles. And here we go, bring those hands back down low, and feet are gonna come out wide. Wide marches here. Let's go low, 3, 2, 1, now lift, 3, 2, 1, lower, 3, 2, 1, and lift, 3, 2, one more time, lower, 3, 2, 1, lift, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come to a modified plank jack. You step out, 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 out. Notice how I'm using these arms to help me counteract my balance. And keeping that lower body in these modified jacks, we bring our arms up overhead. So a quick movement here. You also have the option of one arm at a time moving overhead. 8, 7, 6, lift that chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing in those high knees. So even higher than our marches. Touching our fingers underneath, maybe finding a clap. I'm feeling like I'm getting warmed up. I don't know about you. All right, let's bring it 2 lifts on each side. 2, and switch. 2, and switch. Nice, y'all. Last one. Whew, okay, feeling warm, feeling ready to go. So I'll show you this first exercise. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my light weights, and I'm gonna hold them in my palms. We're getting started with our lower body. I'm gonna plant my feet hip width apart, and I'm gonna take a big step back with one foot. So we're getting ready for a lunge here. Stacking my shoulders over my hips, bringing my front arm forward. I start in this lunge. Pulling this other arm forward, pulling a knee drive up to a Mario hop. So at the top, you're welcome to find a hop. Maybe you come onto your tippy toes, maybe your heel stays planted. We step back into a lunge, we drive that knee up. Step back and lift. We're gonna do 30 seconds on one side, then we'll plant that foot, we'll go on the other side, driving that knee up. Are you ready? Yes. All right, so we're gonna get that music going again. You're welcome to have your weights with you, or you can do this with no weights. Choose your own adventure. All right, so plant those feet hip width, step one arm back, and here we go, 30 seconds. So you might not drive your knee all the way up to this 90-degree shape that I am. You might plant it in the middle, take a little pit stop, and then step it back. Or you might just come up onto your tippy toe at the top here, finding what works for you. But really stepping that foot back nice and far into a deep lunge. We're gonna go ahead, switch legs, yes? 30 seconds on the other side. Working hard at the top here to keep those shoulders over my hips. Might be a little easier to stay hunched over, but I'm working on posture here. Woo, here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. All right, that was our first exercise. Feel free to grab a sip of water. I think I'll do the same actually. Grabbing a sip of water. This next one is fun. All right. So we have our dumbbells. We're gonna start with our elbows level with our shoulders, 90 degrees in those elbows. We open both arms out. One arm presses up, lower, in, out. Switch arms, press, lower, down. Working hard to keep my elbows level with my shoulders instead of down here, keeping them up and lifted as I close in, maybe even touch them in the middle, bring them out wide, pressing up one arm at a time. All right, so we have a full minute of this coming at you with some music. So really trusting our core here, engaging it in and up, tall posture. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. You open, press, lower, close. Open, switch arms, press, lower, close. Nice, open, press, lower, close. Are you breathing? Are you using that core? If you feel any aching or tightness in the back of your neck, that could be a message to your core that you can engage it a little bit more. Out, press, lower, close, elbows stay lifted. Nice, friends. Out, press, lower, close, out, press, lower, close. Slight bend in our knees. Notice if you're locking out those knees. You want a bit of softness in them, a soft bend. We're close. Out, press, lower, in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, shake it out. You can drop one weight because for this next exercise, we'll just use one dumbbell. We're gonna hold it like this. Great work so far. I'm gonna show you this third exercise. Our feet are hip width apart, or maybe even a little bit wider. We're gonna hold our dumbbell a little bit differently. My palms are holding onto the edges. I bend my knees and I start with that weight at one hip. I'm gonna cross the midline in a diagonal. Notice this bend in my elbows. I go around the world with that weight all the way around my head down to this other elbow. So I'm using my core here to really twist. And then I'm using my upper body, my back, my shoulders, and chest to rotate this dumbbell around my head, down towards the other hip. Are you with me? Yes. All right, y'all, 1 minute of this wood chop to around the world. Here we go. Slight bend in those knees the whole time. You might sit down low at the hip. Around the world, and sit down low once you're at the hip. Beautiful. And pay attention to that breath. Moving at a pace where you feel challenged and you feel your heart rate elevated, but you can maintain your breath. You can stay safe. Always taking water breaks when we need it. And hopefully having fun. Nice, friends. So working on shoulder mobility here a lot, noticing how that weight rotates around your head all the way back to the front. We're close. Stay with me. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are doing amazing. We are halfway through this first round. I'll show you the fourth exercise. We're gonna grab both weights. We have a fun combo here. So feet are hip width apart, engage the abs, the core for balance. Palms face each other, hammer curl. One arm presses up as we raise that opposite knee into a knee lift, and we lower. Both arms curl, switch sides, press, lower. You don't have to raise that knee all the way up. You might, again, come onto your tippy toes. You might come somewhere like this, or you might come all the way up to 90. Do your thing. All right, y'all, fourth exercise. Here we go. 1 minute. Engage those abs, stand up tall, and let's get to work. So opposite knee lifts with that shoulder press. Palms stay facing each other. Working on our balance here. Proud chest. Now I want you to notice if your shoulders start to crowd your ears. Can you relax your shoulders? I'm trying to avoid gravity's help here, so lowering with control, lifting with control, breathing the whole time. Okay, y'all, stay with me. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. I want you to put these weights out of the way, somewhere where they won't get in the way here for you. So I'll put mine back up here because we're going into a plank next. We're going to spice it up, and I'll first show you this plank on the floor, and then I'll give you a few other options. So stepping back here, my hands are right under my shoulders. I'm pressing my heels back, and you always have the option to modify this plank. Find a bit more support with your knees on the floor. So I'm gonna start with my knees lifted for now. And what we're gonna do is one leg at a time is gonna step out, in, bringing my knee to my opposite elbow, crossing the midline and back. Switch legs, out, in, cross the midline, step back, out, in, cross the midline, step back. Whew. So if you want to find that modified plank, what you might be doing is keeping your toes tucked, lifting back into a plank and lowering, lifting and lowering. If you want to do this a little bit more supported, you're welcome to find a chair. Palms plant on the chair, we step it back. Notice how I'm still making that same plank shape from the crown of my head down to my heels. Out, in, cross, step, out, in, cross, step. So I really want to encourage you here to find a level of challenge that is what you're looking for and that you can maintain for a full minute. Whew, are you ready? All right, I'm gonna come on down to the ground, step it back. We got 1 minute. Here we go, y'all. Alternating sides. For this plank, I really want you to press 10 fingertips, 10 knuckles into the earth. Support those wrists. Giving a slight bend in our elbows. Ooh. And gazing either between our hands or even farther up ahead. Trying to keep the back of our neck long and soft. Feeling this burn, y'all. We're really feeling this burn, but we have 10 seconds. Yes! Here we go. Stay strong with me till the end. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees to the ground. Take a minute. A minute plank is a big deal, y'all. That was a lot of work. So we're gonna get off this ground safely here, stepping our stronger leg forward. Noticing if you really need to take a breather like I do. We're working hard. All right. Both of our hands come onto this thigh of the stronger leg. We tuck the back toes, lean forward, lift the back knee, straighten the legs. It's taking a minute to step that back leg forward. We did it. Ooh. Let's take a sip of water. We have one more exercise. Y'all, I just wanted to make sure you could get up and down off the floor because we're actually sitting back down. We're gonna grab a weight though, that's why I got you up. I want you to take one weight with you. We are gonna sit down, still focusing on the core. So finishing with this core burner, you're gonna hold your weight like this again. We're gonna lean back. Notice from the crown of my head to my tailbone, I'm really looking for a long line and I'm avoiding this C shape rounded spine. So lift that chest up, lift your gaze, looking up towards the sky. All right, you lower back, keeping that long leg. When you come up, you lift a knee, you pass the weight under. Lower and lift, lower and lift. I'm making a figure 8 with this weight, this dumbbell that I'm passing between my legs, and it's a lot of work. If you want to modify this, I would encourage you to lose the weight and bring both of your hands to the ground. That is gonna really help you lift your chest, and it'll be the same movement. You lower and you lift the knee. The only thing different here is you're losing that pass through of the dumbbell, and you have a bit more support with your hands here on the ground. So I want you to find what works for you. Here we go, 6th exercise, first round. We're doing amazing. Sit up tall, raise your gaze. Here we go. Alternating knee lifts, passing that dumbbell through. I'm really paying attention to how your lower back feels here. So if you start to feel tightness in your lower back, that's a signal that you might want to lose the weight. Bring your hands to the floor near your hips. Lift that chest, lift that chin. Keeping your gaze up is going to help you keep that posture strong. Ooh, core is burning, y'all. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. We're working. Oh my goodness. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Wherever you are, I hope you're breathing. 10 seconds. Stay with me till the end. Even if you slow down, you've got this. So close. Finish round 1 strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, friends, we did it. That is round 1. Those are our 6 exercises. We're gonna do them 2 more times. So slowly getting off the floor here, stronger leg comes forward. We use our upper body for support. All right, take a sip of water, wipe off the sweat, find a smile, and grab both weights. We're going back to that first exercise, lunge to a Mario hop, maybe a calf raise at the top, you decide. All right, friends, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and let's get to it. Feet start hip width. 1 steps back, nice and far. Let your upper body help you. So here, taking this big step back, is focusing on gait. We're strengthening our hip flexors with this knee drive, this knee lift, focusing on lengthening our stride. We're also testing our balance. So remember, 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on another. And with this upper body, we're practicing using opposite arm, opposite leg. Let's switch sides, plant that other foot. Standing up tall at the top. Keeping that front knee over your front ankle. We're close, y'all. Stay with me till the end. And keep breathing. 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, lower body is burning. All right. Second movement, remember, we open, one arm presses up, lowers and close, and we alternate the arms that we lift up. Okay, stay with me. This is supposed to be hard. If you're breathing heavy, that means you're doing it right. At least that's what I'm telling myself right now. Okay, here we go, y'all. Starting with our palms facing together. Can you touch those elbows? Open, press, lower, close. Working on posture here. Do you feel all these muscles in your upper back, your shoulders, your chest working together? Those are the muscles that are gonna support good, strong posture. Ooh, also cognition. Because I'm getting so fatigued now that it's requiring some focus for me to remember which arm I'm pressing up. I'm focusing on keeping those elbows lifted with my shoulders, focusing on connecting with my core. We're close. Any tension in the back of your neck is a signal to your core to engage and maybe to gently tuck that chin down just a little bit. Beautiful, friends. Even if you slow down, you are still working hard. Press, lower, in. We're close. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Third exercise is that wood chop to the around the world. So we need one weight. You're holding it like this. And remember, you're gonna start low. You're gonna launch up around the world, and then you'll sit low as you bring the weight to the other hip. I really want you to focus on twisting here. If you have something on your t-shirt and you had 2 friends on either side of you, I would want this friend to be able to read your t-shirt, and then when you cross over to the other side, rotating enough that your other friend might be able to read your t-shirt. Okay, y'all, here we go. Starting with a bend in those knees. Here we are crossing the midline, which is so good for our brain, for so many of our Parkinson's symptoms. We're also working on balance. Right? Such a strong core movement here. Sitting down low and then launching up. So bringing this weight back around your head into the front is going to require focus. And it's going to help you build body awareness. Awareness of where your body is in space. If you're not with me, take it or leave it. If you're with me and you're like, yeah, we got this, y'all. Growing tall at the top here. We're close. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Incredible work. Grab this other weight. We have a hammer curl. Single arm press, and the other knee raises with us. It might come onto a tippy toe, it might come up to 90, or anywhere in between. We're working on our balance here, right? Standing on one leg, working on cognition, and we're working on using opposites, opposite arm and opposite leg. All right, y'all, 4th exercise, 2nd round. We're doing amazing. We're right past the halfway point. Let's go. So here again, getting lots of good practice using opposite arm and opposite leg. That is so important when we're walking to help us keep our balance, to help us keep safe. So no harm in strengthening those neural pathways, right? Getting lots of good practice. At the same time, building so much strength with this movement. So much going on. Oop, I almost messed up there. So like I said, lots of cognitive challenges. Grow tall at the top. Beautiful. Avoiding momentum, lowering with control. No need to get in a rush. 10 seconds, friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are doing so well. Ditch the weights. These last 2 movements are going to be on the ground. We have that plank coming in first. So I'm going to plant my hands underneath my shoulders, step 1 foot back, and then the other. 10 knuckles, 10 fingertips press into the ground. We're going to find that plank jack, and then a knee drive to the opposite elbow. For me, I can tell you right now, this one's we're gonna ask me to dig a little bit deeper. So if you're struggling, I am there with you. We're here together. All right, y'all, here we go. 1 leg at a time. So this plank is strengthening just about every major muscle in your body right now. And because we're adding this plank jack and this knee drive, we're working on our balance. And we're crossing that midline using both sides of our brain to work together. Now there's a lot to think about here, and it might start to ask you to sacrifice your form. So if you notice you're starting to sink into yourself, press into those palms, arch your upper back, press your heels back, take a moment to reevaluate your form, your beautiful plank, and then get back to work. Keep breathing. We're doing amazing. Remember, look somewhere between your hands or even more forward to keep the back of your neck long. 10 seconds, yes. Come on, y'all, we got this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's use this momentum. Slide those heels around, come onto your tush because we have that crunch. You're gonna need one weight. So find one weight, hold it like this. All right, remember we have that long, strong spine. We start leaning back. When we lean forward, we lift opposite knees to pass this dumbbell through, making a figure 8. Unless you're starting to round your back, you lose the weight, hands come to the ground, you find this movement. Okay, y'all, last push of round 2. Stay with me, here we go. All right, so of course another huge core movement, and our core plays a huge part in our balance, so we're working on balance, and we're strengthening these hip flexors with the knee lifts. So strengthening the hip flexors, it's gonna help us maintain our nice strong gait, long strides. Beautiful. Working hard, paying attention to how your lower back feels. Tension or tightness in the lower back is a signal for you to maybe ditch the weight. Keep that neck long, gaze lifted, chest proud. You are so strong. Breathe. Ten seconds, you've got this. Come on, finish round 2 with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yes. All right, y'all, I promise we're gonna stretch our hip flexors out later if you're feeling what I'm feeling right now. That was round 2. We have round 3 left, so getting up nice and safe, letting our upper body help us, and taking a big sip of water. Ooh, man. Cheers, y'all. All right, I'm so honored to be doing this workout with y'all. I'm so honored to be motivating each other. I'm imagining that you're at home motivating me. I'm here motivating you. Let's use each other's energy to finish round 3 strong, y'all. Okay, so remember this 3rd round, I'm gonna incorporate a cognitive challenge. So what I'm gonna do is the same thing, same movement, 1 minute, but I'm also gonna ask you to make a list of things as we're working on it. So for this first one, we have our feet hip width apart. We step back for our Mario hop lunge. And as we're doing this, I want you to make a list in your head of holidays. It could be any holiday. New Year's, President's Day, Hanukkah. So bringing your mind into it too and making that list for a full minute. Here's the thing. I don't want you to sacrifice that form. So if you notice you're too busy thinking about holidays and you start to lose balance, ditch the cognitive challenge, worry about that part later. All right, y'all, round 3, first exercise. Let's start it off strong. Feet are hip width apart. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. List of holidays, let's go. I'll try not to distract you, but I'll keep giving you form cues here and there. So noticing how connected your belly button is to your spine. Can you pull it in and up at all? Standing up tall at the top. Have you come up with Valentine's Day yet? All right, 30 seconds. Let's switch sides. Plant that other foot. Step one foot back. Use that upper body here. And don't forget, you don't have to drive that knee all the way up. You might take a pit stop in between, come into a heel lift. All right, y'all, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing. All right, second exercise, we're gonna use both weights. We start elbows shoulder height, open, press, lower, in. Open, press, lower, in. I want you to make a list of occupations. I'm thinking dentists, bus drivers, teachers, you name it. All right, y'all, 1 minute. Let's keep it going. Keep it moving and grooving. So don't forget you're alternating which arm comes up into the shoulder press. Slight bend in your knees. Try not to lock out those legs. And as you get more fatigued, your elbows are gonna wanna drop low. So I'm challenging you, keep them lifted. You've got this. Have you come up with an accountant yet? What about a fitness instructor? Heyo, we're close. Those elbows lifted, you have this. This is your last time doing this movement. 10-second push. Push through the burn, y'all. I'm feeling it too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, y'all. We're killing this. Lose one weight. This third movement, you just need one. We start out with the bent knees, cross the midline, around our head, and then we bend our knees as we sink back down low. We're going around the world with this dumbbell, so let's make a list of countries around the world. Italy, Mexico, Greenland. How many can you get? All right, bend those knees. Feet are hip width, if not wider. Let's go. Come on, y'all, this is round 3. So I know you're feeling the burn, but I know you can do this. Finishing strong with me. Standing up tall at the top and then sinking your weight down into your heels. Can you bring that weight all the way back towards the nape of your neck? That's a lot, so maybe not. Have you come up with Nicaragua yet? Portugal. Nice, friends. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Keep sitting down nice and low. We're close. 10 seconds. We got this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes, y'all, we have 3 minutes of work left. This fourth exercise, we need both weights. Remember, this is the hammer curl, single arm press as we bring the opposite knee up. A lot going on, and we lower. We're gonna add one more thing to the mix though. I'm just thinking about all the accessories that you might wear. A belt, a hat, any old jewelry item, tattoos. I mean, who knows? We're making a list of all the accessories you can think of, all the accessories a person might wear as we keep strengthening our upper body, working on cognition using opposites. Let's go, y'all. Fourth exercise. Curl. Press, lower, down. Remember, you might lift that heel here instead of driving that knee up to 90 or anywhere in between. Slight bend in those knees, growing tall through the spine at the top. Core is helping us out so much here. What about sunglasses? I didn't think about that accessory at first. Halfway. Scarves. Okay, friends, keep focusing on that form, on that list of accessories. You got 10 seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, we are so close to the end. We're finishing on the ground for these last 2 movements. So heading towards our plank position, I want to remind you that you could do your plank on this chair. If that's what you got to do to finish strong, I really want to encourage you to do it. I'm going to head on down to the ground, plant my hands, step my feet back. For this plank, for this cognitive challenge, I want you to think about all the hobbies a person may have. Knitting, puzzles, hiking, who knows? All right, hobbies. Find your plank, and remember, you might be on the ground with your knees modified, and what you're focusing on is lifting those knees and lowering them down. So finding the level of challenge that you're looking for. Here we go. 1 minute. Out, in, knee drive, back. Out, in, knee drive, back. Thinking hobbies. Second to last exercise of the workout. So if you're gonna finish strong, you're gonna wanna have to start finishing strong here. We can see the finish line, friends. Let's keep it moving. 10 fingertips, 10 knuckles, press into the ground. Long, soft back of the neck. Lift those hips. Keep making that list of hobbies. Taking a break when you need to. All right, y'all, stay with me. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, we have done so much work and it has brought us here to our last exercise. We're moving over to that crunch. So you need one dumbbell. And remember, you have two options here. Long, long spine, passing that dumbbell in a figure 8 position, or if you notice that you're starting to round out that spine, ditch the weight, hands come to the floor, you do the same movement. You do the same movement, just without the weight. All right, y'all, last push. Here we go, emptying our gas tank. I know you can do it. Long spine, lift your chest, lift your gaze, and this time think about all the things you can find when you look up. Clouds, maybe a ceiling, leaves, UFOs, planes. Okay, I'm giving it all away. I really want you to keep that gaze lifted. Has that come across yet? Keep it up, y'all. Strengthening those hip flexors here, working on gait. Lift that chest. Let's finish strong. We're so close. Yes, y'all, here it is. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You did it. So start to find your way back up to your feet. And let's meet standing with our feet hip width apart.